What I was going to show you, the other day I decided I was going to do a video for broken bolt, and most of you guys know what an easy out is and how to use all that kind of stuff and all that. Well, when I was working in the machine shop, we would get broken bolts all the time, and what I would do, if the stud was sticking out, or even if it wasn't sticking out, what was left to say is sheared off flat, I would actually weld a puddle onto the stud itself, and like this is perfect because the puddle wants to drop, so then you've got this round ball that comes down that's welded to your stud, and then you take a nut, just a regular nut, put it over the stud basically, and weld that nut to your puddle that you welded on or whatever. Then you just unscrew it. Works really well. So I thought, well, I'll show that because maybe some guys have never tried that trick or whatever, and you know, just like I said, just trying to help guys out if there's new ideas that I have that somebody else could use and stuff like that, which I'm hoping the same, you guys do the same for me. So, you know, I see something, I'm like, hey, that's freaking great, I'm gonna try that. But anyway, so long story short, that backfired because normally that works really well. But in this situation, and I'll show you what I'm looking at here. This is the front fender area. Well, I got the back panel on and all that, got the door lined up and everything. Well, I was going to go ahead and put the front panel on. Well, I went to trying to line the front panel up, and this bolt right here had been broken off at some point in the past and had just a stud in there. So I thought, okay, this is the perfect time to show the guys, you know, this trick or whatever. So I do this and I run a video, and it fails and fails and fails and fails. So I end up, you know, just not working out. So I thought, well, screw it. So I tried drilling it out, and it was a pain in the butt. I mean, literally, I thought, okay, well, I'll just go up against until I hit the threads, then I'll work it out with the screwdriver, did all that. It was in there like nobody's business. It must have rusted in there for years. There's no telling how long that stud's been in there, but it's almost like it was made together. I mean, it was just horrible. So what I ended up having to do is literally just cut a whole new hole. So what I did is I cut a whole new hole, and they've got these, and let me show you. And I think some other guys have seen these too. I put these, they're called well nuts, I believe. And when I was working on a Corvette, I had one that was ripped completely out. The nut was ripped out, and I had to actually weld a patch in and cut a hole. And basically how these work, hold on a second. All right, so how these work is you've got this nut, and you can see that it's got a, you know, the threads are pretty far down in there. And if any of you don't know how this works, or the guys who do, you can just fast forward through this or whatever. But these are really cool because what you do is you put them up in the hole that you've just made, as you can see here, and you run a stud, or I used a long bolt a while ago to do this one. And then basically it sucks this down and squashes it. As you can see there, you see this there, it's all squashed. So it basically puts you another, you know, another nut in there to where that's not going to come out. I use this tool here to run it up in there if it's not a press fit, because they have their serrations on there if it's a press fit. But if it's just loose in there, then you're going to have to hold it up with some, you know, bar or something, and then screw that nut down, and it squashes it just like that. And then you know, then you've got, and you're back to good. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. Like I said, these are called well nuts, I believe. They may have a couple other names for them, but you can get them in several different, you know, sizes, different diameters, different thread patterns, the whole deal. And so I just ordered some of these online for this, because the one I had before, which I believe is this one here, was for the Corvette, and I had a bag of those. Well, That's a fine thread. It's not a coarse thread like your fender bolts are going to be. And I wanted to keep the stock fender bolt in it. So, yeah. So now I'm back in business. Now I can put the fender back on, get it all adjusted up. And this right here is really good to be able to adjust your fender out and up and, you know, everything. So this is imperative to have this. A lot of times there's spacers in between them. But yeah, I had nothing there, so I couldn't adjust the fender up or down, couldn't attach it, anything. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Like I said, the other deal works a lot, but on this one it was just so far gone, I just had to drill it out, make a new hole, and put this. And so this is an idea. If anybody's never seen these, I know up to that point, when I had done the Corvette, I had never seen these. And so finding these, I was like, and I didn't know how they worked. And they want to sell you like a $40 tool to install them. You don't need that. That's crap. Like I said, get you a piece of all thread, a couple washers, and a you know, that, and stick it up in there. You tighten this up, it squashes it down. It's a pretty simple deal and works fantastic. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. And once I get some more progress on the car, I'll bring you back. But for now, I was just going to share that with you since those just came in this morning. So I went ahead and installed it. But yeah, I'm still the same area on this. I still got to weld all this stuff up. So I'll be working on that today if possible. So I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Hey guys, that's welding down in that trunk gutter. The fix was thanks to Double R, and I'm not sure if this is what he was talking about, but this is what I did. So took the regular tip, probably took a quarter, maybe more of an inch off of it, and turned up my gas, and it's working. So bingo. Cheapest, quickest solution, and I appreciate that. So just so you know, that it worked out perfect. Like I said, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but that's what I got out of it, and obviously it is because it worked. And yeah, I just got to finish welding those up. That'll work probably real good for those as well. So anyway, I thought I'd show you that. And like I said, thanks Double R for the suggestion. Thanks everyone else for the suggestions that they gave me. And so that's what worked out, and that's what I'm going to do. Thanks, guys. All right, there it is. That was easy with that tip. I was impressed. Actually, it welded really nice. You can see the welds have turned out pretty good. So yeah, good penetration. Looks good. This is going to be easy to grind. So yeah, like that. So I need to grind those down. I got to grind some welds in there, and then I got to get underneath that panel, and then that panel is done. It'll be welded on. I think I'm going to stick with on this. I call him Slow SRT. His name's Matt. Shut Your Face Garage. Does it for a living. Really good at it. It's done it. Paints, the whole deal. So if you hadn't checked out his channel, wealth of knowledge. But he said use all metal. That's what he uses. And so that's what I'm going to do. And he said just mix it up and make sure you mix it really well. So, but yeah, that's my plan. So he said he uses it, works for him. He does it, and I trust him. And a lot of other guys trust him. So I'm going to use that. Be a lot easier in trying to do the Eastwood stuff and trying to learn how to do all that. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll clean that up real good and get a good tooth on it and spread it out. I guess it spreads like Bondo for the most part. It's got aluminum flakes in it, and so you know it's more like metal than plastic, and it probably expands at a closer rate to this than just plastic filler would. And it's supposed to be water-ish resistant. I I read that it's supposed to be waterproof, but some guys say not so much. But I'm gonna spray epoxy primer, which is waterproof, so over that, so it's not gonna matter. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Hey guys. Yeah, it's humid and 74, not too bad temperature wise, but it's raining. Super humid. But put the car up on the jack, like I said, or jack, up on the lift, like I said, and got her pretty much done. All this is welded in under here. And these are where I put the little tiny screws, you know, to hold it. But turned out pretty good. Nice and solid. All this is done and ground down. I showed you all that. It's all ground down. That's all ground down. So all I gotta do is grind all that down and what's inside the door there, and put this little piece back in, and I'm done with this. And then I'll move on over to here. This one I went ahead and popped some holes because I'll have to get in the trunk and weld, you know, the holes here. I popped 3 holes in it here, and then obviously these holes here will hold the back end of it down. So yeah, that's probably about it for me today. I've had enough. It's a little after 5 o'clock, and so full day of welding and grinding. So but yeah, it looks pretty good. I made sure I had it nice and welded up good before I put it up on the lift. I don't think the suspension, I don't think it's going to move anywhere. But I went ahead and made sure that I had it welded in multiple places before I lifted it up in the air, just in case the body flexed somehow or whatever. But yeah, all this was done, all that was done, all that was done, the front was done. All I had left was underneath there. So I went ahead, before I put it up, I put probably 5 plug welds in that with the tire on it before I raised it up. And yeah, welding upside down still sucks. It hadn't got any better. So don't know if there's a good way to weld with your nozzle straight up in the air, but if there is, you guys let me know. Maybe you guys feed the wire up some, or I don't know. I'm not a professional welder. So all right guys, that's it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to be able to move on to something. Well, I'll have a little bit of that, and then I'll go to the other panel, so it'll be more of this on the other side. I don't know that I'll take you with me through every single step like I did this one. You know, I may just pop in with, you know, some finished stuff, because like I said, I went into pretty big detail on all this stuff. So if anyone had any questions, or you know, anybody's learning and trying to do this themselves, they can watch my videos like I did a lot of other guys' videos, and kind of get an idea of what I did and if it worked and that type of stuff. And so far, so good. So that's about it. So from here, I'll just talk to you guys next time. All right, have a good one. See you.